Hey, welcome back to Life in Fort Myers. If you're considering a move to Southwest Florida and you have your eye on Bonita Springs, a charming coastal town that offers a mix of laid-back beach vibes and upscale living, in this video, we're diving into the pros and cons of living in Bonita Springs to help you decide if it's the right place for you. So stick around to the end because we're covering everything from the stunning beaches to the potential drawbacks of living here. Hey, if you're new to the channel, my name is John. I get calls, texts, and emails every single day from people just like you. Whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 9 months, reach out. My contact info is in the description box below. I'm here to help make your move as easy as possible. Also, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our new videos as they're released. So let's kick things off with one of the biggest pros in Bonita Springs. It's home to some of the most beautiful beaches in Florida. Places like Bonita Beach and Barefoot Beach offer powdery white sand, warm Gulf waters, and stunning sunsets that never get old. Bonita Springs is blessed with gorgeous Gulf Coast beaches. Barefoot Beach Preserve, for example, is ranked among the nation's best beaches and remains largely unspoiled. It's great for seashell hunting, bird watching, and long walks in shallow, warm waters. These beaches feature the soft white sugar sand and gentle waves characteristic of Florida's west coast. The beach lifestyle comes with plenty of activities. Locals and visitors enjoy swimming, sunbathing, beach volleyball, and spectacular sunsets over the Gulf. If you love water activities, you'll appreciate the boating, fishing, and paddleboarding opportunities right at your doorstep. There's even a dog beach park nearby for pet owners to let in pups splash in the salt water. Compared to Atlantic coast beaches, the Gulf waters here are typically calmer and warmer year-round. Gulf beaches are known for peaceful waters, white quartz sand, and stunning sunsets. While the east coast of Florida has bigger waves and dramatic sunrises, the west coast's serene shoreline appeals to those seeking a laid-back paradise. So how do these beaches stack up? Bonita Springs' beaches hold their own even against famous Florida spots. Barefoot Beach, in particular, has gained national recognition. It was once rated the #2 beach in the US, yet still feels like a hidden gem. Nearby, you can easily visit Naples beaches to the south or Lover's Key State Park to the north for variety. In short, if you love sun and sand, Bonita Springs' beautiful beaches are a major pro of living here. Now, one of the downsides of living in Bonita Springs is the seasonal traffic. During the winter months, the population here swells with snowbirds and tourists. Routes like US 41 and I-75 can get pretty congested, making what should be a 10-minute drive turn into a half-hour ordeal. So if you're not a fan of traffic and you definitely want to plan your outings accordingly during peak season. Living in a vacation destination means dealing with seasonal traffic surges. Bonita Springs sees a big influx of snowbirds and tourists in the winter and early spring months, roughly January through April. During this peak season, the area's population swells by about 20 to 25%, which means a lot more cars on the road. As a result, traffic can slow to a crawl on certain roads. The traffic woes are mostly a winter problem. Summers are comparatively quiet on the roads. Still, it's a notable con for part of the year. Residents adapt by learning alternate routes and timing. On the positive side, the city and county have worked on infrastructure improvements, which widening roads, better signaling to handle the seasonal load. Outside of peak season, Bonita Springs is fairly easy to drive around, but anyone considering living here should be prepared for the seasonal traffic jams that come with being in a desirable Florida hotspot. Now, on the flip side, Bonita Springs is known for its luxury gated communities, which offer incredible amenities. Whether it's golf, tennis, or private beach clubs, places like Bonita Bay, Pelican Landing, and Spanish Wells offer a resort-style living experience. These neighborhoods are perfect if you're looking for a mix of privacy and community with engagement of activities all year round. Bonita Bay is an exquisite master-planned community with 5 golf courses, a marina, and upscale club facilities. Every resident has access to a private beach park with a shuttle to the beach and extensive walking and biking trails throughout the community. Bonita Bay features everything from luxury high-rise condos to multi-million-dollar estate homes, nestled in a perfectly manicured landscape. Now, the colony at Pelican Landing is part of the Pelican Landing development. The colony offers exclusive country club living. Residents enjoy a private dining club on Estero Bay, which is known as the Bay Club, and a boat shuttle to a private barrier island beach park. Housing includes upscale tower condominiums with golf views and elegant single-family homes, often with golf memberships available. And at Barefoot Beach, which is a gated beachfront enclave where homes literally open onto the sand, the Barefoot Beach community boasts golf-front luxury homes and villas. It's one of the priciest areas, with some estates valued at $10+ million. Living here means you walk out your back door to white sugar sand in your toes on the Gulf of America beach. It's the ultimate beach lover's dream, and the privacy is unparalleled. Pelican Landing, the main community, has a large gated community which is west of US 41, known for mature landscaping in a wide range of neighborhoods. Amenities include 36 holes of golf, tennis, pickleball, fitness centers, and a community park. All residents of Pelican Landing, including the colony, have access to a private beach via boat shuttle and a community center. Home options range from condos in the 300s to 500s up to luxury single-family homes of $1 million plus. Now, there's some new developments on Bonita Springs which continue to add the luxury options. For instance, the Ritz-Carlton Residences at Estero Bay is a new high-rise condo project bringing Ritz-Carlton branding and services to the area. This reflects the growing appeal to affluent buyers seeking the latest in luxury living. The cost range in general, these communities are expensive. The average home price in Bonita Springs is around $1.55 million, with listings ranging from roughly $500,000 up to $18 million. Of course, prices vary by community. You might find a condo in the $400,000 to $500,000 range in some developments, whereas a bayfront or beachfront estate can easily be several million. Keep in mind, many of these communities also have HOA or club fees for the amenities. For those who can afford it, the luxurious communities are a major draw, offering security. Many are gated, they have social activities, and top-notch facilities. This is a pro if you seek an upscale lifestyle, though the con is the high cost of entry and ongoing fees. But with luxury comes a cost. The cost of living in Bonita Springs is higher than the national average, especially when it comes to housing and property taxes. Homes in gated communities can be pricey, and dining out or shopping at local boutiques adds up quickly. It's important to budget accordingly if you're planning to move here. When it comes to day-to-day expenses, Bonita Springs tends to be above the national average. The overall cost of living is estimated at about 4% to 10% higher than the US average, largely due to housing. Here's a breakdown of key cost categories. First, we have housing. It's the biggest factor. The median home price in Bonita Springs is around $557,800, which is 65% higher than the US median of $338,100. Renting is also pricier. A typical two-bedroom rents for about $1,700, which is about 10% above the national average. Homeownership in desirable areas, which is west of 41 or near the beach in gated communities, can easily run into the hundreds of thousands or millions. This high cost of living drives the overall cost up. The utility costs are only slightly above average. You might pay about 3% more than the national norm for electricity, water. For example, the typical monthly energy bill in Bonita is around $206. Given the hot climate and heavy AC use, expect higher electric bills in the summer. But Florida's lack of winter heating needs balances it out. The groceries are roughly on par with or just about 1% higher than the national average. In other words, food shopping won't break the bank compared to elsewhere. A loaf of bread or a gallon of milk costs about what it does in many US cities. There are plenty of supermarket options, including Publix, Fresh Market, and Sprouts, and even local farm stands in season. Transportation is a big thing. Owning a car will cost a bit more here. Gas and transportation expenses run about 8% above the US average. Gasoline prices hover slightly higher than the national average, around $3.65 a gallon as of recent data. It might be going down. Car insurance in Florida can also be high. There's no tolls in everyday Bonita driving, but frequent use of I-75 eastbound can introduce some toll costs. Now, healthcare services are about 12% more expensive than the national average in Bonita Springs. Doctor visits, specialists, and medical procedures may cost more, partly due to the high demand in a region with many retirees. Many residents have Medicare or private insurance to help manage these costs. So now one pro in Florida is the tax situation. No state income tax at all, which can save working professionals or retirees a good chunk of money. Sales tax in Lee County is 6.5%, which is fairly average. Property taxes on an expensive home can be significant, but Florida offers homestead exemptions for primary residences. Overall, expect to pay a premium to live in Bonita Springs, especially for housing. Many residents feel the higher cost is justified by the quality of life, the beautiful environment, the amenities, no state income tax, etc. But for those on a tight budget, the cost of living can be a con. It's higher than many parts of the country and significantly higher than the US average in the housing category. By the way, if you like this video and want more just like it, please make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another one. Now, if you're an outdoor enthusiast, Bonita Springs might just be your dream location. From golfing at Bonita National Golf and Country Club to kayaking in the Estero Bay Preserve, there's no shortage of activities. The weather is almost always perfect for a round of golf, a day at the beach, or exploring local parks. Some highlights of the outdoor lifestyle include golf, which is huge. Number one thing, Bonita Springs is a golfer's haven. There are dozens of golf courses and country clubs in and around the city. You'll find everything from public courses like Bonita Fairways to prestigious private clubs like Bonita Bay Club, which alone has 5 courses. The area's year-round golf weather means you can tee off even in January. Many gated communities center around golf, and it's a big part of the social life for many retirees and professionals here. Kayaking and boating on the Imperial River, you can wind through the town and the Estero Bay coastline, which is second to none. Paddleboarding, canoeing, kayaking are all very extremely popular. Paddlers can explore mangrove tunnels and calm backwaters. For instance, the Great Calusa Blueway, a 190-mile marked paddle trail, passes right by Bonita Springs through Estero Bay and the Imperial River. You might spot manatees, dolphins, and wading birds on a casual kayak trip. There are local outfitters offering kayak rentals and guided eco tours. Boaters also take advantage of the Gulf. There are many marinas and boat ramps and easy access to fishing in the Gulf of Mexico or cruising to nearby islands. Now, speaking of fishing, it's a way of life here. Anglers enjoy backwater fishing in Estero Bay and the Imperial River for snook, redfish, and tarpon, or they head into the Gulf for deep sea fishing for grouper, snapper, kingfish, and more. You can fish from the beaches, off docks, or go on charter boats. The warm waters and estuaries create a rich fishery. Even non-boaters can catch a tasty grouper or trout for dinner. Now, Bonita Springs prides itself on its parks, preserves, and proximity to nature. Barefoot Beach County Preserve offers nature trails through coastal habitat right next to the beach. Lovers Key State Park, which is just minutes away, has unspoiled beaches plus hiking and biking trails where you might see bald eagles or gopher tortoises. Inland, the Corkscrew Swamp Sanctuary, which is about 30 minutes away, has a famous boardwalk through an ancient cypress forest. Within Bonita, Riverside Park on the Imperial River is a green space for community events, and the Bonita Nature Place offers walking trails and a nature center. Whether it's biking, bird watching, or taking your dog to the dog park, there's always an opportunity to be outdoors. In Bonita Springs, people tend to spend their free time outside. Whether it's a morning round of golf, an afternoon at the beach, or an evening bike ride in the neighborhood, the city also hosts outdoor events, art festivals, concerts, farmer markets, capitalizing on the pleasant weather. Just remember to stay hydrated and use sunscreen as the sun is strong year-round. Overall, the abundant outdoor recreation options and natural beauty are greatly enhanced by the quality of life here. Speaking of weather, let's talk about the not-so-sunny side, the humidity and hurricanes. Summers can be extremely hot and humid, making outdoor activities a bit uncomfortable. Plus, hurricane season runs from June through November, which means you'll need to have a plan in place for potential storms and evacuations. Living in Southwest Florida means adapting to a tropical climate, which has its downsides, like high humidity and the threat of hurricanes. Summers are very hot and humid in Bonita Springs. From about June through September, you can expect daily highs in the 90s and humidity often above 70%. The air feels heavy and sticky, and afternoon thunderstorms are frequent. In fact, Bonita Springs gets around 54 inches of rain per year, much of it in the summer wet season. The combo of heat and humidity can be intense. For locals, that means planning outdoor activities for early morning or in the evening and staying in air conditioning during the brutal midday heat. If you're not a fan of humidity, the summer climate is a con. It can feel swampy and oppressively hot. The flip side is that winters are gorgeous, mild, sunny, and dry, with daytime temperatures in the 70s and 80s and low humidity. Many locals live for the winter weather. Another major consideration is hurricane season. From June 1st to November 30th, which peaking is August to September, Bonita Springs is at risk of tropical storms and hurricanes. Residents must be prepared for these serious weather events. Such storms can be life-threatening and cause long-lasting infrastructure issues. Hurricane preparedness is a way of life. Locals typically have a plan each year. They stock up on supplies like water, batteries, generators. They install hurricane shutters or storm panels on their windows and their doors, and they know their evacuation zones. The city and county issue alerts and evacuation orders when a hurricane approaches. For example, mandatory evacuations are called for coastal zone A and B areas in big storms. Many newer homes are built to strict hurricane codes, and they're able to withstand the high winds, and features like impact-resistant glass and elevated foundations in flood zones are common. Still, when a major storm threatens, many residents will evacuate inland or to shelters for safety. Those who stay often lose power for days or weeks if the storm hits. It can be a stressful time each year watching the tropics. Insurance and the cost for wind and flood are also high because of this risk. In summary, the climate is a double-edged sword. Wonderful winter weather and outdoor living for much of the year, but extremely humid summers and the ever-present threat of hurricanes in the fall. Most residents learn to tolerate the summer or even travel elsewhere during August and September, and they take hurricanes very seriously. If you can handle Mother Nature's mood swings, you'll be rewarded with balmy beach days in January. But it's important to be aware that humidity and hurricanes are part of life here in Bonita Springs. Another major advantage is Bonita Springs' convenient location. You're about 20 to 30 minutes from Southwest Florida International Airport, making travel very easy. Plus, with quick access to I-75, you can explore nearby Naples, Estero, and Fort Myers without much hassle. Shopping and dining options at Coconut Point Mall and the Promenade are also just a short drive away. Bonita Springs sits in an ideal location in Southwest Florida, which is a big pro for those who like to explore the region. Geographically, it's about halfway between Fort Myers and Naples, which means that within 20 to 30 minutes, you can be in downtown Naples to the south or downtown Fort Myers to the north. In fact, Bonita's northern border touches Estero and South Fort Myers, and its southern edge is in the Collier County line, which is near North Naples. This proximity lets residents enjoy the benefits of multiple cities without a long drive. If you're in need for a high-end shopping experience or a fancy night out, Naples Fifth Avenue is a short trip. Want a bigger mall or to catch a flight? Fort Myers and the airport is just up the road. Bonita Springs is roughly 15 miles north of Naples, and it's also about 20 to 25 miles south of downtown Fort Myers. Fort Myers Beach is even closer, only about 15-minute drive west over the bridges. The Southwest Florida International Airport is conveniently about 20-minute drive, like I said, and it's just north of here, which making air travel is easy for residents and visiting guests. Having a major airport so close is a huge perk. You can get on a plane without a long haul to Tampa or Miami. Additionally, I-75 runs just east of Bonita Springs, providing a quick highway route to Tampa, which is about 2 hours north, or Fort Lauderdale and Miami, which is about 2 hours east. In terms of transportation options, having a car is the most practical in Bonita Springs, as with most of Florida. Public transportation is limited, but improving. Lee County's Lee Tran operates a bus route along the US 41 corridor, connecting Bonita to Fort Myers and Naples, and they're even introducing an on-demand shuttle service in Bonita Springs that works via a mobile app like Uber. This new service replaced the fixed bus route and lets riders get around within Bonita for a low flat fee, which is great for those who don't drive. Still, most residents rely on their own vehicle. Fortunately, local roads outside of rush hour season are easy to navigate. Another aspect of the convenient location is Bonita is a short drive from fun day trip spots. You can head north to Sanibel Island or Cape Coral or south to Marco Island in under an hour. It's also adjacent to natural attractions, The Everglades are to the east and make for adventurous outings. Airboat tours, anyone? I've done them, they're awesome. Even Orlando's theme parks are about a 3.5-hour drive, which is doable for a weekend with the family. Overall, Bonita Springs gives you a central home base on the southwest coast. You enjoy a smaller town feel, but with big city amenities of Naples and Fort Myers at your fingertips. The easy connectivity through the airport, the interstate, multiple cities is a definite advantage whether you need a major hospital, a cultural event, or just more dining choices. You can find it nearby without too much hassle. This convenient location is often cited by residents as a reason they love living here. Now, if you're hoping for a lively nightlife scene, you might be in a bit disappointment here. While there are some great waterfront restaurants and bars, the nightlife here is more laid back compared to places like Miami or even Naples. Many spots close early and options for late night entertainment can be limited. For those who seek a vibrant late night scene, this can be a con. The demographic skews older, with many retirees, and the lifestyle is more oriented toward early dinners and low-key evenings. That said, there are some options for dining and entertainment, just on a smaller scale. In Bonita Springs itself, bars and evening hangouts tend to be casual. You'll find a handful of local spots like dive bars, sports pubs, and a brewery or two. Others offer live music and karaoke as well. Sugar Shack is a great place to go to. I definitely recommend Sugar Shack. So what do residents do for fun in the evenings here? They have home gatherings, they have community events, think backyard barbecues, watching sports at home, or early evening concerts in the park. For more lively entertainment, people usually drive to nearby cities. North Naples has the Mercado Center, which boasts trendy bars, live music, and even a nightclub. And it's only about 10 to 15 minutes away. Locals also suggest Mercado for a night out. Downtown Fort Myers has a growing bar and restaurant scene with craft cocktail lounges and clubs roughly 30 minutes north. Downtown Naples, which is 5th Avenue to 3rd Street, offers wine bars, piano bars, and late-night dessert spots in a more upscale setting. In summary, if your idea of fun is bar hopping until the wee hours or dancing at a nightclub, Bonita Springs will feel sleepy. The nightlife is limited to a few local pubs and restaurants. Many residents, especially younger adults, will venture to Naples, Mercado, or Fort Myers for more excitement. However, if you enjoy peaceful evenings and low-key socializing, the quiet nights might actually be a pro. Bonita Springs is very much an early-to-bed community, which families and retirees often appreciate. It's all about what lifestyle you prefer. One last pro is the safety and strong community feel. Bonita Springs has a reputation as a safe, family-friendly community with a relaxed coastal vibe. With community events, farmers markets, and friendly neighbors, it's easy to feel right at home. The schools are also highly rated, which is a big plus for families. The community feel in Bonita Springs is often described as welcoming and tight-knit. Despite growth, it still retains a bit of small-town charm, especially in the historic downtown area around Old 41. Residents come together for various local events and causes. The city hosts community events throughout the year that foster togetherness, such as Celebrate Bonita, Founders Day Festival, a big Star-Spangled Bonita celebration with July 4th fireworks, the Taste of Bonita Food Festival, and holiday events like Christmas tree lightings in Riverside Park. On Saturdays in season, there's a lively farmers market where neighbors can chat and buy local produce. These events at Riverside Park and around town help create a strong community bond. You start recognizing familiar faces and feel a sense of belonging. Bonita Springs is also known for being a friendly city. Residents often greet each other on morning walks or wave at their neighbors. There's a significant retiree population, which means a lot of folks with time to volunteer and participate in community organizations, garden clubs, Rotary, charity groups, etc. At the same time, young families are moving into, or they're drawn by the safe environment and good schools, which adds to the community mix. The city has multiple community parks, youth sports leagues, and recreation centers that bring people together. For example, Bonita Springs, YMCA, and the community pool see families gathering, and events like outdoor movie nights in the park are very commonplace. In terms of amenities that strengthen community, Bonita has a brand new public library, a thriving center for the arts, and initiatives like historic preservation of the Lyles Hotel and cottages, which are downtown and are now an artist village. These give the town a sense of identity and pride. Another indicator of safety, or many residents feel comfortable walking their dogs at night or letting kids play outside, happens in most neighborhoods. Of course, normal precautions are taken, but overall, the town feels secure and family friendly. According to niche.com reviews, locals rate Bonita highly for being quiet and peaceful, and appreciate that it's not as rowdy as bigger tourist cities. The community vibe leans toward neighborly and relaxed. Don't be surprised if strangers strike up a friendly conversation at the grocery store or if your neighborhood organizes a block party. Bonita Springs still has that old Florida warmth in its social fabric. For anyone moving from a big city, the slower pace and community feel can be a bit refreshing change. The biggest community challenge might be maintaining that close-knit feel as the city grows, but so far, Bonita has managed to keep its charm. Safety and community feel are definitely a pro of living in Bonita Springs. The low crime and friendly neighbors contribute to a high quality of life. It's the kind of place where many people know their mail carrier's name, and city events make the town feel unified. Residents have a lot of pride in their community, and it shows. So there you have it, the pros and the cons of living in Bonita Springs. While no place is perfect, Bonita Springs offers a lot of perks, especially if you love the beach, the outdoor activities, and upscale living. If you're considering making the move or have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'd love to help you find your dream home here in Southwest Florida. Hey, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos about life in Fort Myers. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.